Welcome, dear listeners, to a tale unlike any other. A quick reminder, please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. And for our returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support, this means a lot. Today, we journey into the dark corners of the human heart, where love and betrayal dance with forces beyond our understanding. Well, this is a story of power, temptation, and the price one must pay when one makes a pact with the unknown. So, settle in, clear your mind, and let the world around you fade away. What you're about to hear will capture your imagination and hold you spellbound until the very end. Stay with us, follow every twist and turn, and let the story about wicked marine spirits begin. Long ago, in a small village nestled by the shores of the great Atlantic Ocean, there lived a girl named Ijeoma. Her life was simple, filled with the innocent joys of childhood, playing by the river, helping her parents tend to their small farm, and dreaming of a future filled with love and happiness. But fate, often cruel and capricious, had other plans for Ijeoma. When she was only 13, a great sickness swept through the village, taking her parents from her within days. Orphaned and alone, Ijeoma was left to fend for herself in a world that had suddenly become dark and frightening. She wandered the village, searching for food and shelter, but the villagers, fearing the same sickness that had claimed her parents, turned her away. Desperate and starving, Ijeoma's only hope lay in the stories her mother had told her about the spirits of the ocean. One night, with no other options left, Ijeoma ventured to the beach, where she knelt on the wet sand and cried out to the spirits. The moon was full, casting a silver light over the restless waves. As she wept, the ocean seemed to come alive, the water swirling and foaming as if answering her call. From the depths of the sea emerged a figure, a woman with skin as dark as midnight and eyes that glowed with an otherworldly light. "I am Olakan, the queen of the marine spirits," the woman said in a voice that was both soothing and terrifying. "Why do you call upon me, child?" Ijeoma, trembling with fear, explained her plight. The queen of the marine spirits listened patiently, her eyes never leaving Ijeoma's face. When she finished, Olakan smiled a cold, cruel smile that sent shivers down Ijeoma's spine. "I can help you, child," Olakan said, her voice dripping with a sweetness that masked the poison beneath. "But my help comes at a price. You must serve me, and in return, I will give you the power to survive in this world." Desperate and naive, Ijeoma agreed, not fully understanding the gravity of the pact she was making. Olakan extended her hand, and when Ijeoma took it, a surge of energy coursed through her body, filling her with a strength she had never known. But with that strength came a darkness that began to grow inside her, a hunger for power that would consume her soul. Ijeoma was initiated into the world of the marine spirits, learning the dark arts that would allow her to bend others to her will. She was taught to summon spirits, cast spells, and use the power of the ocean to her advantage. But the most terrible lesson she learned was how to feed the spirits, how to satisfy their insatiable hunger for blood. Over time, Ijeoma transformed from a frightened, orphaned girl into a powerful and feared woman. She left her village and moved to the city, where she used her newfound powers to survive. She could charm any man, bend him to her will, and make him fall hopelessly in love with her. But her love was a curse, for every man who loved her would eventually lose something far more precious, their children. For the marine spirits demanded blood, and Ijeoma was their chosen vessel. Every person she interacted with was destined to be sacrificed, their innocent blood feeding the spirits and strengthening Ijeoma's powers. Years passed, and Ijeoma's power grew. She moved from city to city, always on the move, always searching for her next victim. Her reputation as a beautiful but dangerous woman spread far and wide, but few knew the true extent of her evil. Many men fell under her spell, only to lose everything they held dear. One day, she found herself in Lagos, the bustling heart of Nigeria. The city was a far cry from the quiet village of her childhood, but Ijeoma thrived in the chaos. Here she could blend in, hiding her true nature behind a facade of wealth and sophistication. She was a woman of mystery, beautiful and unattainable, and men flocked to her, desperate for her attention. It was in Lagos that Ijeoma met Ade. Ade was the embodiment of success, a man whose name was often whispered in admiration within the walls of boardrooms and the corridors of power. Ade was not just successful in his career. He was also a loving husband and a soon-to-be father. Ade had known hardship from a young age. His parents were farmers who toiled day and night to provide for their children. The value of hard work was instilled in him early on, and he carried it with him through the years. He worked his way through school, often studying by candlelight after a day of helping on the farm. When he was accepted into the University of Lagos, his entire family was proud. In university, Ade met the love of his life, Ojeki. She was as driven and ambitious as he was, and they quickly became inseparable. Their love was forged in shared dreams and mutual respect. After graduation, they married and embarked on a life together, determined to build a future not just for themselves but for the children they hoped to have. Ade's career in finance took off rapidly. His sharp mind and relentless work ethic earned him recognition, and soon, he was climbing the corporate ladder with speed that surprised even him. He founded his own investment firm, which quickly grew to be one of the most respected in the country. Ojeki, too, was making strides in her career as a lawyer, and together, they were the quintessential power couple. Despite the demands of his career, Ade never neglected his family. He was a devoted husband who never missed an opportunity to remind Ojeki of his love for her. Their evenings were filled with laughter and conversation, and their weekends were reserved for family time. Their home was a sanctuary filled with warmth and love. Ade and Ojeki had built a life that many envied, but more importantly, they had built a life that brought them genuine happiness. The day Ade met Ijeoma, it was the day everything suddenly changed. Something unusual happened. It was on this fateful day that Ade decided to pass by a pub to watch football, not knowing what awaited him. As soon as Ade laid eyes on Ijeoma, he felt lost. She was everything he had ever dreamed of, beautiful, intelligent, and enchanting in a way that defied explanation. Despite his better judgment, Ade found himself drawn to her, unable to resist the pull of her dark charm. Sensing his vulnerability, Ijeoma wasted no time in ensnaring him. She played the part of the perfect woman, listening intently as Ade spoke about his dreams and ambitions, laughing at his jokes, and showering him with attention. Before long, Ade was head over heels in love with her and willing to do anything to be with her. But Ijeoma's love was a curse, and Ade was about to pay the price. For Ijeoma had no intention of letting him go. She had chosen him, and once she had made her choice, there was no escape. Ade and Ijeoma's affair progressed rapidly. Ade, blinded by his love for her, began neglecting his business and family. He spent more and more time in Lagos, finding excuses to stay away from home. His wife, sensing something was wrong, pleaded with him to return, but Ade was too far gone. Ijeoma had him under her spell, and nothing else mattered. Soon, Ijeoma revealed her true intentions. She convinced Ade to leave his wife and marry her, promising him a life of luxury and happiness. Ade, completely under her control, agreed, not realizing the terrible fate that awaited him and his family. As time went by, Ijeoma knew that the spirits were growing impatient. They demanded blood, and it was time for her to deliver. She needed to sacrifice Ade's unborn child or offer another human. Without hesitation, she started strategizing how that could be possible. Sacrificing Ade's child to the marine spirits would seal Ade's doom and strengthen her power. As fate would have it, Ijeoma prepared for the ritual, and eventually, Ojeki's child lay in the arms of the marine spirit. Ijeoma was overjoyed, believing that this would strengthen their bond with Ade. Ade's wife, on the other hand, discovered her loose. Desperate to save her marriage, she traveled to Lagos to confront Ade. She begged him to return home and start all over again. But Ade, now completely enthralled by Ijeoma, refused. He was determined to marry Ijeoma and start a new life with her. Heartbroken, Ade's wife returned home, her spirit crushed. But she was not ready to give up. She sought the help of a powerful priest, a man known for his ability to combat evil spirits. The priest listened to her story and agreed to help, warning her that they were dealing with a force far more dangerous than they could imagine. Over time, the spirits grew more restless, demanding more blood. They whispered in her ear, urging her to complete the ritual and give them the blood they craved. Ijeoma, now fully consumed by the darkness, was ready. She lured Ade to a secluded spot by the ocean, telling him that she wanted to celebrate their love by the water. Ade, completely unaware of what was about to happen, agreed. As they stood by the water's edge, Ijeoma began the ritual, chanting in a language Ade did not understand. The sky darkened, and the waves grew fierce, crashing against the shore with an unnatural force. Ade felt a growing sense of unease, but he was unable to move as if some invisible force was holding him in place. Suddenly, the ground beneath them began to shake, and the ocean seemed to come alive. From the depths emerged Olakan, the queen of the marine spirits, her eyes glowing with a terrible light. Ade, now terrified, realized too late what was happening. He tried to flee, but it was no use. The spirits had claimed him, and there was no escape. With a final desperate scream, Ade's life was snuffed out, his body swallowed by the ocean. Ijeoma, now fully possessed by the spirits, watched as the water turned red with blood. The sacrifice was complete, and the spirits were satisfied. But the priest, having sensed the ritual's completion, arrived at the scene with Ade's wife just in time. Armed with powerful charms and incantations, he confronted Ijeoma, who was now a vessel for the spirits. A fierce battle ensued, the priest calling upon the forces of light to banish the darkness that had taken hold of Ijeoma. In the end, the priest's power proved too strong for the spirits, and Ijeoma was defeated. The spirits, now weakened, fled back into the ocean, leaving Ijeoma's body behind. But the damage had already been done. Ade was gone, and Ijeoma's soul was lost forever. Ade's wife, now a widow, returned home with a heavy heart. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of African folklore. If you found this story as captivating as we did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. There's a world of mystery, magic, and ancient wisdom waiting for you right here. So, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay connected with us. We bring you new tales every week, stories that will intrigue, inspire, and keep you on the edge of your seat. Become part of our community, where the past and present meet in a dance of storytelling like no other. Until next time, stay curious, stay enchanted, and remember, every story holds a truth waiting to be uncovered.